Hi and welcome back, my name is Emily. In this video I will be sharing a project using products from Picket Fence Studios and the ink stand. And this is a part of a collaboration between these two amazing companies. So here is the ink stand in action. I'm using inks from Ink on Tree. Mostly in this video. I also use some distress inks, and I also use one, I think, ink pad, mini ink pad from Altenew. But all of these mini ink cubes fits perfectly in this ink stand, and you can also see that there is a spot for your lid, so you always know which ink you're using, and they are perfectly spaced out. And underneath there is a couple of grips or something. I don't know what to call it in English, but you can see that there is a couple of feet or grips, so the ink stand doesn't slide around your desk. You can see I don't need to hold it in place. It just perfectly grabs onto your desk and you can concentrate on doing your ink blending here. So for my ink blending, I am using my blending brushes from Picket Fence Studios, and I love these. They are super soft in the bristles, and you can see here I'm going over with one of the colors that I believe it's the Altenew one. It cut a little bit too heavy for my taste because I wanted the first layer here to be super smooth. But I will fix it in a second here. You will see how I'm doing. So I'm taking this Slimline Hexagon Randomness stencil and just going over the same part again with the same color, but this time I'm taking it a lot heavier to the paper. So I'm just checking so it doesn't get too heavy. But this doesn't have to be perfect when I'm doing this. It will soon be covered up, a lot of it anyway. With our beautiful cover plate here. In a second you will see it, and you can see the pink one is really yummy here. I'm going super heavy with this ink on with the pink, and here is our background. I did some splatters in a second here off camera, because if you watch my channel you know that I splatter a lot, and sometimes I do it on camera and then I end up cleaning up the mess for weeks afterwards. So this product is also really fun from Picket Fence Studios. It's a paper glaze. It's called Golden Sparkle, and it is really sparkly. The pigment in this, I believe it's mica, it's really heavy. So when this dries, it looks like it's pure gold on your project. It's amazing in real life. You have to try it. So for my video here, I wanted to share a couple of ways of how to use it. So I'm using a paintbrush here and just painting it on top of my cut out cover plate die. This one is called Slimline Hope and Dreams Butterfly Cover Plate Die, also from Picket Fence Studios. And I cut it out twice from white paper and then glue it together just to give it a little bit more stability. And you can see how nicely this is. By the way, this dries super quickly, so I wouldn't do this on top of my desk. If I would do this again, I would do it on some typing or copy paper just to avoid the mess. Another way was just to take a tool or a pencil or something and just making small dots on your project. You will get a better look at that in a second. I got a little bit off camera, so that is why I cut away a lot of the footage of that one. Here I'm using a black ink, and I didn't think this was black enough. I think I will go in once more. I think it looks more gray, so I'm checking how I think this looks at this point. So I'm going in with Picket Fence black because it's a lot darker. So I didn't like how this looked. I stepped away, you guys, for I think maybe a week, because I was like, am I going to throw this away? I really like the gold, but I didn't like the black. So it was a little bit too messy for me, I think. But in the end, I ended up just loving this card. You will see what I did to fix that in a second here. But for my slimline, I just put it down to a base, a card base. I believe this was 7.5 by 3.5. And then I'm gluing everything in place here. I also wanted to mention that this die is so intricate. It cuts out a couple of more parts that I actually didn't end up using in this video because I did a lot of the mixed media technique here with the paper glitz and the inking, so I ended up taking those away. To embellish, but to make this card a little bit more interesting, I'm taking some of the stamps from the Baby Butterfly Beauties and just stamping them out in the coordinating colors. And then I cut out a new piece here, a new center butterfly out of gold cardstock, because we had a lot of the gold on the wings and on our background with the splatters and everything. So I thought this would really tie everything together. When I'm looking at this through the camera, the black on my sort of swirls out of the butterflies look a little bit more like silver, but in real life they are more black. So this contrasts really nicely. And to finish my card off here, I used a couple of embellishments and also a sentiment from the Baby Butterfly Beauties. So here's a close-up of this project. So if you like even more inspiration on the ink stand and on the Wicked Pen Studios products, you can head on over to my blog, because there is a link to all the products and everything that you can win. Until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye!